Conflict between Rome and Persia. March 3, 2025. Fazkara, History of Islam, Quran. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the bestower of mercy. Allah, the Exalted, said.
Fa lala mana Yensur man bao La mana ana.
Alif Lam Mim. These letters are one of the miracles of the Quran, and none but Allah alone knows their meanings. The Romans have been defeated. In the nearer land, Syria, Iraq, Jordan, and Palestine, and they, after their defeat, will be victorious. Within 3 to 9 years. The decision of the matter, before and after these events, is only with Allah, before the defeat of Romans by the Persians, and after, i.e. the defeat of the Persians by the Romans. And on that day, the believers, i.e. Muslims, will rejoice at the victory given by Allah to the Romans against the Persians. With the help of Allah, He helps whom He wills, and He is the Almighty, the most merciful. It is a promise of Allah, i.e. Allah will give victory to the Romans against the Persians, and Allah fails not in His promise, but most of humankind know not. They know only the outside appearance of the life of the world, i.e. the matters of their livelihood, like irrigating or sowing or reaping, etc., and they are heedless of the hereafter. Al-Rum 1-7. Imam as-Sadi, may Allah have mercy upon him, stated. In that era the Persians and Romans were among the most powerful states in the earth, and there used to be wars and fighting between them as happens between states of equal strength. The Persians were polytheists who worshipped fire, and the Romans were people of the scripture who ascribed themselves to the Torah and Injil, and they were closer to the Muslims than the Persians. Therefore, the believers loved that the Romans should gain the upper hand and be victorious over the Persians, but the polytheists, due to the religion of polytheism they had in common with the Persians, loved that the Persians should be victorious over the Romans. The Persians were victorious over the Romans, but the victory did not extend over their lands, rather it was limited to the areas closest to their frontiers. The polytheists of Makkah were happy and the Muslims were sad due to that, so Allah informed and promised them that the Romans will overcome the Persians within 3 to 9 years, meaning, within 9 or 8 years, or approximately. Neither exceeding 10 years nor less than 3 years, and that the Persian victory against the Romans and the Roman victory against the Persians occurs by Allah's will and decree. This is why Allah stated, the decision of the matter, before and after these events, is only with Allah, meaning, victory does not merely occur due to the means one employs, but rather it has to attach to Allah's will and decree. And on that day, meaning, the day that the Romans will overcome and defeat Persians, the believers, i.e. Muslims, will rejoice. With the help of Allah, Allah helps whom He wills, meaning, they, i.e. the Muslims, will rejoice due to the Roman victory against the Persians, even though both parties are disbelievers, but some evils are less harmful than others, and on that day the polytheists of Makkah will be sad. 1. Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah, may Allah have mercy upon him, said. The Persians were fire worshippers and the Romans were Christians. At first the Persians defeated the Christians, and this occurred during the early days of the prophets, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, mission while he was in Makkah and his followers were few. So the polytheists were happy due to the victory of the Persians because they were closer to them than the people of the scripture, and because both the Quraysh and the Persians were neither people of the scripture nor did they believe in the resurrection. The Muslims were sad because the people of the scripture were closer to them, i.e. even though they distorted their books and are commanded to follow the final messenger. Then Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, may Allah be pleased with him, went to the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, and informed him about the victory of the Persians, so Allah revealed.
Valbat Bahoma Fa lala mana Yensur man bao.
Alif Lam Mim. The Romans have been defeated. In the nearer land, Syria, Iraq, Jordan, and Palestine, and they, after their defeat, will be victorious. Within 3 to 9 years. The decision of the matter, before and after these events, is only with Allah, before the defeat of Romans by the Persians, and after, i.e. the defeat of the Persians by the Romans. And on that day, the believers, i.e. Muslims, will rejoice at the victory given by Allah to the Romans against the Persians. With the help of Allah, He helps whom He wills, and He is the Almighty, the most merciful. Al-Rum 1-5. This was what the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, informed them before its occurrence, and it occurred as he stated. When Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, may Allah be pleased with him, informed the Quraysh about it, they belied him, so he placed a price on that is mentioned by the scholars of Tafsir and the scholars of Hadith. Sufyan bin Sunayd, may Allah have mercy upon him, a sheikh of Imam al-Bukhari, may Allah have mercy upon him, stated in his tafsir with a chain of narration to Niyar bin Mukram al-Aslami, may Allah be pleased with him, who said, when Allah revealed these verses to his messenger, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, the leaders of Makkah said, O Ibn Abi Quafa i.e. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, what is this that your companion i.e. the Prophet says? He said, by Allah, it is the speech of Allah. They said, then let there be a bet between us on the basis that the Romans will defeat the Persians between 3 to 9 years. Abu Bakr, may Allah be pleased with him, betted them. Many polytheists entered into Islam when that occurred. Ibn Mukram, i.e. Niyart said, the Quraysh wanted the Persians to be victorious since they were not people of the book, nor did they believe in the resurrection. So when Allah revealed these verses, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq went out, proclaiming throughout Makkah, Aleph, Lam, Mim. The Romans have been defeated in the nearest land, and they, after their defeat, will be victorious within 3 to 9 years. Some of the Quraysh said, then this is a bet between us and you. Your companion claims that the Romans will defeat the Persians within 3 to 9 years, so why not have a bet on that between us and you? Abu Bakr said, this was before betting has been forbidden. So Abu Bakr and the idolaters made a bet, and they said to Abu Bakr, what do you think? Bid means something between 3 and 9 years, so let us agree on the middle. They agreed on 6 years, then 6 years passed without the Romans being victorious. The idolaters took what they won in the bet from Abu Bakr. When the 7th year came and the Romans were finally victorious over the Persians, the Muslims rebuked Abu Bakr for agreeing to 6 years. He said, because Allah said, in bid, years. Many people became Muslims at that time. This hadith has also been reported by at-Tirmidhi numbers 3193 and 3194, and this story related to it is mutawatir. 2. 1. An excerpt from Tafsir as-Sadi. 2. An excerpt from Al-Jawab as-Sahih liman Badal ad-Din al-Maysi. Volume 184 91. Related posts. 28. The Ascent and Decline of the Ottoman Empire, a very dangerous letter. 1. Benefits from Al-Alama Ubaid's commentary on Book of Tafsir in Sahih al-Bukhari. 27. The Ascent and Decline of the Ottoman Empire, emergence of the First Saudi State. If you revel in arrogance, this is who you are in reality. Some excellent outcomes of Hajj by Sheikh Abdul Muhsin al-Abad, may Allah preserve him. Ashura, some great lessons and signs to ponder upon. Live Ramadan lessons, Abu Muad Taqweem Aslam, SAT at 7:45 p.m. at Salafa Center. Donate to the Dawah. Follow us, learn and access online services. Search, newsletter, subscribe, follow us. Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud, YouTube, Instagram, Tumblr. Donate. Back to top. Address and telephone, 2 Dudley Street, Cheetham Hill, Manchester, M89DA, 0161 317 1481. Center information, Masjid. Donate, gift aid, contact us, projects and maintenance, prayer times, lessons, events, external links, learn about Islam, Sunnah Radio, Manchester Salafi School, the Tuition Club, Meta, log in, entries feed, comments feed, powered by WordPress.com.